Every day, the city's water distribution system supplies over 12.5 million gallons of potable water to residents' homes. That's a lot of water that has to be read and recorded routinely by the city's water meter readers.
Over 90% of our 27,000 meters are read manually, and therefore we do need to actually have room for a person to be able to get in there and get to that meter.
With hundreds of meters to read each day, being able to easily locate and access each meter is not only critical, it's actually a requirement per the city's municipal code.
Even in the future, if we did go to a similar system that allowed remote reading like Edison has, we would want to still maintain that access because we can still need to access the meter box, whether it is to check on the infrastructure in case there's something going wrong, in case there's a tenant change, or in case we are shutting off water for a plumber or something like that.
If there is ever an emergency, such as a property leak, we want to be able to get there as fast as we can and have access to the meter as quickly as we can. A lot of times people were finding leaks at night when customers come home from work, so having it better exposed will make it easier to locate.
Being able to quickly locate meters is also essential for safety.
Typically, water meters are installed near the curb, and so the less time they have to spend in possible traffic areas, the better. If the meter is very overgrown or something's been placed on top of it, that can cause them to have to spend more time to locate the meter and make it accessible in order to get the read. And so the efficiency and the safety are big reasons why we need meter boxes access at all times.
Unfortunately, many times city staff encounter boxes that have become overgrown by vegetation, making it difficult to access them in a quick and efficient manner.
What we see is just a lot of overgrowth coming from just plants, bushes, cactus, things like that, that just grow around the meter. Or sometimes customers even plant bushes while they're small next to the meter, and then once they take root and grow a little bit, they begin to overgrow and encroach around the meter, making it difficult to read.
In addition to overgrowth, other obstacles like fences, garbage bins, and large rocks can also impact their ability to get to the meter.
When new landscaping is being laid, a lot of times customers or landscapers will cover up the meter with the weed blocker and then cover it with mulch, making it really difficult to find at that point.
When crews do come across meter boxes that are hard to get to, they'll first notify the customer with a door tag.
That gives you 30 days to correct the problem, whatever the issue may be. One of the reasons for giving you the 30 days to address the issue yourself is because we want to give you the opportunity to trim it the way you like it. We know a lot of customers in the city have kind of expensive and ornamental landscaping done. So we do want to reach that common ground where it works for you and it works for us as well.
That also is something that gives them the opportunity, if they don't know where their meter box is, to get acquainted with that, because we also want the meter boxes accessible for the customer as well. We want you to be able to know where your meter is, check your read, and stay on top of what your water usage is.
While the city makes an effort to work with residents in gaining access to their meter box, plants and other obstacles will be removed if they severely limit staff's ability to do so.
So this meter is becoming overgrown by the ivy. If it's not maintained and cleaned up by next month, it will be overgrown and it will be harder to locate. Although you can even see the meter box right here, the actual meter is located further, deeper into the meter box. So the fact that it's set so far back, it makes it difficult to read, being that it's dark in the meter box and the numbers are pretty small. So I'm just going to trim this ivy back a little bit just to make it easier to see for us, for the customers, plumbers, or any emergency workers that need to come out here.
When considering how much space to clear around your water meter box, be sure to leave room above the box as well.
So this is why we need a little extra room coming on top, so we can get our turn-off key on top of the valve in case we need to turn it off for maintenance reasons, or in case the customer needs to turn it off for having plumbing work done on their house.
What would only take a few minutes for a homeowner to do can take hours for city staff when they're stopping to read hundreds of meters each day.
When we are going to clear landscaping around the meter box, we're going to do it so that hopefully we don't have to come back and clear that landscaping for quite some time. And that might not be always to the style and the liking of the customers. So we always want to give them the opportunity to do that clearing themselves if they desire to do so.
So this is a great example of a customer that had a lot of overgrowth around their meter box. So we did leave them a door notice and they responded very well. They cleaned around their meter box, giving us easy access to it. They even cleaned around their irrigation control. So now if they need access to that, they have easy access to their irrigation as well.
One of the best things water customers can do is know where their meter box is located and be aware of the vegetation that exists around it in order to keep it well maintained.
As far as do's and don'ts, I think one of the biggest things is do keep in mind what the size of the plant is going to be once it actually matures. A lot of times somebody will plant a plant near the meter box and it's okay for that time, but once the plant reaches full maturity, it is completely overgrowing the meter box location. Don't plant plants that have thorns or other spiky material close to your meter box.
For a list of suggested plants for the area around your water meter box, visit santabarbaraca.gov/landscape design standards and click on Suggested Parkway Plantings.